So, when Venus enters Taurus, the planet of values, desires and pleasures, love, beauty and harmony moves through the zodiac sign of Taurus, which is associated with pleasure, sensuality, money and material comfort. This transit lasts for several weeks and can bring about an increased awareness of the importance of finding balance and harmony in our lives. Venus is comfortable in Taurus's earthy, sensual energy, bringing us a chance to have more beauty and be open to more pleasure. So for some of you, this can manifest as an increased desire for material comforts and luxury items and fine dining experiences. For others of you, this transit can bring a sense of stability and security to your relationships and make you more sensual and more into music and art and stuff like that. The Venus in Taurus transit provides us with opportunities for personal growth and development in our health, career, education and spirituality, if we want to take it. As a holistic astrologer, I believe that, free will is the ultimate power in the universe. Still, by tapping into these energies or believing in them and working with them can help us to grow on all levels and help us heal our wounds. Some of us, we do it through intellectual reasoning, and some of us, we do it through spiritual and astrological, sort of intuitive, sort of deeper reasoning. And it's okay, as long as whatever methods you choose to heal and grow, as long as you are working on your own self-improvement, that's what it's all about ultimately. So yeah, short version is transiting Venus in Taurus brings us focus on stability and security in our relationships, making it an excellent time to prioritise committed partnerships. For those seeking love or looking to strengthen existing relationships, the transit brings a time of heightened romance and emotional connection. If you are in a committed relationship, this is the ideal time to deepen your connection and focus on cultivating a stable, secure relationship. If you are single, Taurus may bring a desire to find stable and committed relationships rather than short-term pleasure. Be careful not to become too possessive or materialistic in your pursuit of love. This transit can inspire us to focus on building long-lasting relationships and finding true love and a desire for real intimacy. Health-wise, this transit can encourage you to focus on your physical well-being by adopting healthy habits such as regular exercise and a balanced diet. People can be more cautious about their diet, especially their sugar consumption, as Venus in Taurus can increase the urge for sugary, treats, so watch out for that. As for career and educational development, this transit can inspire you to focus on building a solid foundation for your financial security, investing in long-term goals and developing or strengthening a strong network of professional contacts. In terms of educational development, this transit may bring about your attention to practical learning and learning more hands-on, tangible skills, working with your hands, working with your mind. So yeah, it's a good time all in all for hands-on or experimental learning and focusing on financial education or strengthening your knowledge and investments and stuff like that. Also, all in all, this transit highlights the importance of acquiring new skills and knowledge that will serve you well in the future. Spiritually, this transit can remind us to stay grounded and connected to the earth, finding joy and peace in the natural world around us. Although for some of you, the focus on the material world and the pleasures it can bring can be challenging for your sort of like spiritual or career growth as well. So it's important to try and remain grounded and balanced during this time, finding ways to integrate pleasure and spirituality in a harmonious way. From a karmic perspective, Venus in Taurus may represent a time to explore loyalty, trust and commitment issues in your relationships, and can reveal where we need to work out our karmic lessons around these themes. So all in all, Venus in Taurus is a time to learn how to appreciate the value of material possessions and relationships and use them as a source of inspiration and inner peace rather for personal gain. So finding the right use of material possessions. So overall, this transit is an excellent time to focus on personal development, spiritual growth and career advancement by making us focus on the value of persistence, patience and hard work. So now I'm just going to talk a bit more in depth about what Venus in Taurus means. So those looking for love may be drawn to people who are more stable and can provide security, rather than who just makes us feel excited or are impulsive. You want a more stable sort of lover. So people may want more physical affection as well in their relationships, because Venus is associated with love, beauty, pleasure and harmony. So when it transits in Taurus, one of the signs it rules over, it can want us to seek these qualities in a grounded and practical way. Taurus is an earth sign that exudes stability and security. This is why we may want to get this right now. So this transit lasts for about 25 days, so it's an excellent time to take slow and steady steps over the next 3 to 4 weeks and focus on building or rebuilding your long-term relationships based on a mutual trust, intimacy and shared values. In terms of hookups, transiting Venus in Taurus can impact our romantic and physical desires. So for some, especially with those with strong 2nd, 7th, Venus, Libra, Taurus energy in their charts, you can go through some changes in your love life. So, it can be a great time if you are single to meet new people and start meaningful connections, focusing on building intimate relationships with others or exploring your sexual desires. However, it's important to maintain boundaries and respect for yourself and any partners during this time. Taurus in Venus may offer a slower pace to our hookups, and we may want more sensual hookup experiences during this time. It's because Taurus's energy is all about enjoying the moment, especially in lovemaking and stuff like that, or just raw animal lovemaking, taking things at a more leisurely pace. So some of you can expect to take time to connect with someone new or to deepen and zesting sort of like hook up and savour every sensation that may come along the way, and you're kissing, touching and all of that. If you are looking to hook up with someone new, it is good to remember that you should take things slowly to enjoy the experience, or if you want to do that, this is an opportunity that can allow you to do that. So all in all, in terms of hook up, it's a time of high indulgence. Things may be more focused on sensual pleasures rather than, base, quick, over in 2 seconds sort of passions, or 2 minutes, whatever. And allowing you to take time to appreciate whatever it is that comes your way right now. In terms of physical sort of and health, the transit of Venus in Taurus is a good time for physical health. It can encourage us to be more indulgent in eating healthy foods and, taking up or being more committed to our exercise routines that focus on building strength, endurance and flexibility. Additionally, indulging in self-care activities like hiking, walking, yoga and meditation can positively impact your emotional well-being and support your overall psychological and physical health right now. This transit can be viewed as a time to prioritise self-care and focus on developing a healthy and balanced relationship with yourself and, what you eat, what you drink, what you do with your body right now. Taking care of any health concerns in the right ways that may come up during this transit. Health-wise, Taurus rules over our neck, throat and ears, so we should take care of these areas and just watch for any complications with these areas over this transit as well. So, giving ourselves a gentle, nice neck massage, going for one, looking after our throat, and maybe, people may find themselves feeling more sensually activated by touch of their ears and stuff like that as well. In terms of career, the transit of Venus in Taurus can help us make significant progress in our work. Venus in Taurus is a time to be patient and work hard towards your professional goals. This is a time to focus on, building stable and reliable foundations at your work. So repairing any relationships with co-workers that may be a bit conflicty or tension filled right now. Talking with your boss, going for that promotion, or making plans to upgrade your skills so you can get that promotion, or just making, slow and steady progress to any unfinished things that you may have on your desk or on your emails. It's a good time to, if you've got an inbox inbox that's cluttered, it's a good time to take time to slowly clear your inbox, and anything that requires you to take slow daily action to clear a backlog or anything like that is also good as well. Overall, looking at how the other areas of your life, like mismanagement of your healthcare, of your hookups or anything like that, affect your career, and taking those steps to readdress that and, find more balance between your work and home life as well. In terms of material possessions and comfort, when Venus, as I said, is transiting through Taurus, you may be more attached to your possessions or making money or the things that bring you comfort, which can be a positive and negative sort of like thing, depending on how you approach it. So on one hand, this transit can bring about an appreciation of nature, art and sensual pleasures. On the other hand, this transit can lead to excessive, indulgent and attachment to worldly possessions, leading to greed and materialism, just overspending or thieving for some of you, just so you can fund this luxury lifestyle that you may want to be having right now. So it's helpful to be mindful of your relationship with material possessions and money during this time, so you can find the balance that's needed to balance your need for material security with ethics, because as we navigate our daily lives, we can find ourselves surrounded by countless material possessions that often we do use to define our worth and our sense of success. And it's easy to get caught up in, consumer culture and buying and equating what we own and the brands that we wear and use as being our happiness, and as I said earlier, how successful we are. But taking this approach can lead us down a path of endless consumption with little regard for our choices, the environment and other ethical implications. So this is not to, say don't do things and use things that bring you comfort, but ask yourself, are these things really giving me comfort, or are they keeping me away from, my sense of inner peace? So Venus in Taurus invites us to find a balance between materiality and our spirituality. So on one hand, it's good to indulge in the finer things in life, such as luxury fabrics and gourmet food and beautiful art and music and going out, the fancy watches and cars and designer brands, as I said, as we may feel a strong desire to surround ourselves with these comfort items. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but it's also about balancing that with ethics and not getting too caught up in material possessions and thinking that true happiness comes from these possessions, because it don't. It comes from within and our inner values and being true to ourselves, rather than what other people say that we should own, what we should consume or where to be worthy. So some of us during this may feel a stronger connection to the earth and wanting to spend more time in solitude, working with plants in the garden, just taking a more down-to-earth approach to life. If you normally eat at £100 per course restaurant, you may find yourself going to one where you can get all courses for £10, something like that. You may just feel more practical and wanting to make some serious changes in the way you consume things and people and services. So Venus in Taurus, all in all, is all about sustainable growth and consumption and long-term gains, rather than the quick wins of instant gratification that over consumerism can bring to us. So as I said earlier, it's a time for practical hands-on learning or relearning, great for kind of technical training and research as well. If you're interested in learning a new skill or learning a new trade, some of you may quit your job and decide to do your passion project and turn that into a self-employed career and stuff. But make sure, you do make those slow and steady plans. It may not be feasible for some of you to quit your job right now. So making a plan on how you can do that and maybe doing it as a side hustle first may be the best for some of you, and while others of you actually focusing on your passion project and going for what you really want is the best option. So, look at your own personal capabilities when kind of like assessing which path you're going to be taking right now. So all in all, this energy supports our terms of hands-on learning and research and can be really good for our personal and professional growth. On the spiritual level, we may find ourselves going beyond love and career and wanting to find more real peace and contentment. And as I said earlier, the simple pleasures in life and just our normal everyday routines may bring this to us. Others of you, again, may just focus on and appreciate nature more, and connecting with your innate spirituality by working with plants or using raw ingredients in your food. For some of you, don't need to be that deep. Looking at the sky or watching online videos of nature will open some of you up to appreciating the simple things in life. So some of you may go deeper and spend time meditating in natural surroundings and environments, or starting or joining groups that are focused on preserving the environment. So yeah, Venus in Taurus allows for a deeper connection with yourself and the world around you, helping you to explore the inner landscape of your emotions and desires and cultivate a more meaningful relationship with yourself, others, and the things you earn, and with your material wealth and money and how you view it. So all in all, this transit is an excellent opportunity for spiritual growth, and because it allows you to immerse yourself in the energy of Venus in Taurus, which can bring about an increased self-awareness and connection and a sense of inner fulfillment with your inner values and getting to know yourself on that deeper level. So the best use of this energy for spiritual development is focusing on cultivating a sense of roundedness by refining your inner values and connecting with your spiritual side, while pursuing your goals and, material desires without losing sight of the importance of finding joy in the present moment and within yourself. So on the karmic level, Venus in Taurus, again, wants us to work on our self-love and self-worth, cultivating healthy habits and building lasting relationships based on mutual respect and appreciation. So for some of you, as I said, will focus on finding a balance between material pleasures and your emotional fulfillment in your relationship. Also, for some of you, you may realise your choices during this transit will have long-term consequences, especially if you do overindulge and spend more money than what you actually have. You may, get instant karma and that. So it's be mindful of your actions and the decisions that you make right now, so you can build positive karma for your future, rather than have this energy make you overindulge in sets and spending and just being, kind of egotistical and selfish and being over sensual. So all in all, during this transit, people may find themselves more drawn towards creating lasting partnerships and seeking comfort in their physical surroundings. While this transit may lead us to indulge in material pleasures, it also offers us the opportunity for self-improvement and spiritual growth. It is important to be mindful of the potential pitfalls of this transit, such as becoming too possessive or stubborn in your relationships, or overly focused on material wealth and gain, or looking down on others because they don't have things, or trying to show to others through the things that you wear or do at this time that you are worthy. Real people who want to be in your life will love you for who you are, not for who you have. So yeah, keeping a balanced perspective on using the energy of Venus in Taurus for personal, spiritual and professional development can result in you making positive and lasting changes in your life. So yeah, that's Venus transiting in Taurus.